I've had the best success with orchids in bark-like mixes. The roots of the orchids in moss-like mixes always seem to rot for me, so I just avoid them. Look for a spot that is bright and sunny, but out of direct sunlight. For something like orchids, I suggest giving everything a go at least once. You never know what might work for you. I run water from the tap over the pots for a few seconds and let water run all over the root system. I then leave the pots to drain in the sink for a few minutes and then return them to their pots and spots around the house. I spoke to a friend I studied with whose parents grew orchids for local supermarkets, and he suggested giving the orchids a very diluted fertilizer every time you water them. I recently moved from South Africa to Zambia, and my parents were given custody of my orchids. On a recent trip back home, I noticed they had been dumped under a tree in the garden, and they seemed to be doing just fine. So I guess you could ignore all my advice and just leave your orchids under a tree and see how they do.